said you'd be there for me in times of trouble when I need you, when I'm down.
It's been going, I must say it's been going well. It's just like basically starting from scratch. But I mean, it's the beginning of our career in the States.
Okay.
So we have to go through that phase.
Yeah.
But it's been people have been very receptive. They're like, okay, what does she want? And then when I open my mouth, they're like, okay, she's not from here. It's just very, you notice the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of it all, I always feel that people are embracing the message and the music.
What would you say is the message of your music?
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, we can talk about many things, about politics and corruption and hypocrisy, false prophecy and all that, but at the end of the day, it all sums up to one major topic, which is going deep into yourself and listen to your conscience and loving love. I mean, since I grew up in Nigeria, it is, of course, I feel, and since I grew up only with my African parents, my biological mother is from Germany, but I was not raised by her. Obviously, I am Nigerian. For the first time, went to Germany with the age of 20. Stayed in Germany at the age of 20. Got to know the other side, a little bit of it that I wasn't really able to identify with in the beginning, mentality wise, language, people, culture and all that. But I mean, you know, I think there's always a reason for everything, and I believe in the Supreme who pushes you into certain directions for you to learn. Life is all about learning. So I think I needed to learn who I was and what I'm all about, what I am, what I like, etc. Staying in Germany gave me that opportunity, you know, to educate myself about Africa as well. I stayed in Germany for about 6 years. The first 3 years of my stay, I did not go back to Nigeria. Then afterwards, I noticed it's part of me, but I never could like find the core, the root core there. Well, I gained a lot of knowledge, and you know, my music was acknowledged. Education, you know, I eventually started studying, which all that was not planned. But you know, by the grace of Olodumare, you know, there's always my confrontations. So I never knew that I had color before. You know, I never knew that I was. People call me black. I never knew that. In Nigeria, we all played together and we're fine. You know, if they call me half caste was never derogatory. And there was nothing like nigger, and there was nothing like black. Moving to Germany, I noticed, okay, there's something like racism, there's something like prejudice. And then I started reading history, you know, and you know, I learned a lot about Africa. In Germany for the first time, I was very scared about saying I'm Nigerian, and there were certain preconceptions that people have about Nigerians, you know. So it was always very difficult for me to meet until I started experiencing these negative things, as in racial issues, and in school, where I would submit a dissertation, the professor wouldn't want to give me proper marks because he would consider me as not some other mixed kids who had problems, you know, like growing up in the West, not knowing much about their African their African heritage, and not being integrated into the European society or into the Western society, and at the same time not being accepted by the other, you know. So they're like in between two worlds, and they don't really know where they belong, and then the hatred comes in, and then you see so many of them going into drugs, going into having psychological issues, you know. But and that's why I wrote the song Half Caste, for instance.
We redefine hip-hop, Afro-beat makes Afro-pop. Combined African and European, can deny the fact about my origin. I'm black with a fair skin, Negro dominant gene.
That kind of situation inspired me. Meeting those type of people, plus in addition my own experience made me write that song. I felt I had to protect myself, you know. And then it all started with the afro, letting the hair grow, reading more, educating myself about Africa, more about my country, more. I mean, I remember I did have my I remember I built a church, yeah. I had my small altar, and I had 2 chairs. I can't remember what age I was, dude, but I remember I had my small altar and chairs in my church, and a red carpet, my small secret shrine, and nobody was allowed to enter that shrine. It was just me, and the congregation of the shrine were not visible. So I would talk to things that nobody can see, which is actually very bizarre. but you know, I believed in those things, the invisible. You know, I always believed that there is a power, you know, and there's a reason for each and every one of us in life, you know. And there will be a time in your life where you would embrace your passion and your talent. And when music met me, when music was given to me, I feel this is something that I had to protect. This is something that had to protect me. It's all. It's sad to say that, I know, but it's like it's all I have, you know. It's what keeps me going now, and I see God in it. I feel God in it, and I give God in it, you know. It's
You keep pushing the blame on now.